This is your Uncle TreeJam, and we are back with Mass Effect 2. Last time we reunited with Dr. Liara Tassoni, our love interest from 2 years ago. She used her contacts to provide info on 2 potential squad recruits and asked for help with a personal errand. We took a detour soon after to the Eternity Lounge, where we found Conrad Werner, our adoring fan from the Citadel, who had been duped into trying to get the deed to Eternity. He agreed to look into the matter and shared a few words with the bartender, Matriarch Theta, who was more than gracious to share her life story and how that's impacted her perspective. We'll be hearing more from her as the series continues, but for the time being, I do want to mention, between the last episode and this one, I believe my video on Kappa and the future for my channel has come out, and really I've been putting a lot of Let's Playing off to try and figure out what could potentially happen to my channel, and it hasn't really been a good spot for me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep making videos and keep making content, but if any new info comes out, I may have to change my tune and change my approach to my channel, and this could change whether or not I upload content for Let's Plays, or even how quickly I upload content if that content continues. A lot of things are up in the air, so I'll have to see where things go. For the time being, it's business as usual until I announce otherwise.
Listen, I know the data is vital to the Kurosa family. Nasana Dantius didn't give us time to pack. I'm lucky I got out at all. Her mercenaries were starting to shoot. If she lets us back in, I'll get it, I promise. If not, well, we'll just have to hope.
So this one is actually going to be relevant to Thane Krios' recruitment mission. We'll come back to the Solarian later.
Excuse me, I'm on an important call.
For the time being, we can't really do much here. We're going to go ahead and skip the Galactic News Terminal, and I'm going to need to remind myself to upload a video containing some of the news reports since our time on Horizon. For now, if you want to go ahead and hit up Thane Krios' recruitment mission, talk to Serena over here, and she will give you intel on Thane Krios and his target, Nasana Dantius. But for the time being, we get a nice little view here, a little vista, and we can go ahead and move on. We're not going to hit up Thane Krios' recruitment mission, like I said. Save that for later. We got a little bit of questing to do around, some small errands and such.
In a massive financial scandal with authorities investigating a number of trading irregularities. Novacorp executives.
Trust me, the goods coming in from the Terminus systems are great for business.
I don't know, some of them seem dangerous.
That's the whole point. Danger means more contract work for us.
Let me see if I can try and trigger some more lines of this dialogue. Before we do that, I think... Hang on a second. Guys, I think you know who this is. If you remember Mass Effect 1 and you played through Feros, you'll remember this NPC, Shiala. Depending on your actions, you may meet her here, namely if you spared her. We spared Shiala after she gave us the cipher, essentially a way to understand the visions coming from the Prothean beacons. But for the time being...
No, I haven't had any luck yet. She insists it was legal. I don't know. I'm going to call in a favor and have a friend examine the contract.
For the time being, we can go ahead and talk to Shiala and see what she's doing here. And perhaps thank her for giving us a way to understand Prothean context.
Shepard. I don't suppose you'd remember me. I'm Shiala. We met on Feros during the Geth attack. Saren had given me to the Thorian creature as a slave, and you killed it. And saved me. I promised to help Zoo's Hope recover. I'm actually here on Illium for just that purpose.
How's Zoo's Hope doing?
We've done a lot of rebuilding. We even salvaged some useful material from the Geth ship you destroyed. The Exogeny researchers got called back to their headquarters, however, along with what was left of the Thorian.
Is it Exogeny pushing colonists around again, or did the Thorians somehow survive our fight?
No. Exogeny has been very supportive of Zoo's Hope. They actually seem to want to help us survive, and the Thorian is dead. Though, after all you went through to kill it, I understand your concern. I fear that after our adventure on Feros, my purpose on Illium will seem mundane by comparison.
If you remember our fight with Thorian, it used clones of Shiala to attack us, and those clones had green skin. Shiala's skin pigmentation, the original Shiala, her pigmentation was different, but now we're seeing a green Shiala in front of us, so she's going to mention that the colonists on Feros have been experiencing some weird physiological symptoms, and she's going to mention her own as well.
Is there something I can do to help?
I'd appreciate it. I've reached the limits of my diplomatic abilities, and I'd prefer not to start trouble. Some of the colonists had health problems as a result of the Thorian control. We hired a colonial survey group to do some medical scans. But the medical contract apparently allows the company to perform invasive procedures without our consent. That's why I'm here.
Wait a minute, Shiala. You were only green when the Thorian made you a clone. The real you was blue like normal asari.
Those health problems I said were related to the Thorian control. This is mine. A few months after the Thorian died, my skin pigment changed. My biotic abilities are unstable as well. I'm also having vivid dreams about my time with the Thorian. It is disconcerting.
Before I interrupt the flow of this entire conversation, I should mention that we're going to make a trip back to the Citadel at some point to talk to David Anderson about Kate Nolenko's knowledge of us on the horizon. But for now, we're going to go ahead and do some things on Illium first.
Tell me more about the contract you signed for these scans.
Barrier Frontiers was interested in our problem. They offered to perform medical scans and deliver treatment for next to nothing. I should have known it was too good to be true, but we were desperate. In the fine print, we apparently agreed to let them perform invasive follow-up procedures if they deem it valuable. Which they have.
Can they actually force these procedures on you?
No, but they can declare us in breach of contract, which means we're responsible for the full price we would have paid normally. Zoo's hope just got back on its feet. There's no way we can afford that, Shepard.
What kind of health problems did the colonists have?
Headaches or muscle spasms similar to what they experienced while under Thorian control. Sometimes, the colonists near another former Thorian victim shared sensations like heat or pain. It has to be a result of trace amounts of the Thorian's parasitic spores. You can see why we'd want it studied and cured.
Well, no one's holding a gun to their head in order to consent to the procedures, but they're doing the next best thing, holding a pen to their head and saying, consent or else. So, really not a whole lot of difference there. But let's go ahead and see if we can help out Shiala, and we can talk to the Barrier Frontiers rep over on the raised platform up ahead.
I'll talk to the survey group.
I appreciate it, Shepard. The Barrier Frontiers representative knows about the issue.
And while we're here, we can actually get some maps from Barrier Frontiers. I'm not gonna spend them just yet. We're gonna wait. Let's see about getting some dialogue.
For example, you know that new drug, the one that causes permanent neural scarring? That's horrible. There's a 12-page contract for shipping, then a waiver for use. I charged for 50 hours, plus overtime.
Now, in case you can't see that little screen in the background, that's actually one of the terminals we have to hack in order to get some data for Liara to Sony. More on that in just a bit. Shiala's gonna chill here for the time being.
You can sell something that dangerous with just a contract and a waiver?
These are the Terminus systems. Everything's dangerous, and everything's for sale. Either we tax and monitor it to keep some control, or the smugglers get a monopoly.
Okay, let's see if we can do another round of dialogue. I'm gonna keep exhausting as many of the dialogue cycles as I can.
I don't know, that still sounds like an awful thing to legalize.
All the dangers are right there on the package. It's legally required.
Who reads labels, though?
So consider it a way to weed out the people too stupid to know their limits.
That's kind of harsh, but at the same time, I know plenty of people who are too stupid to read the warning labels and such, so my ability to feel sympathy is a bit suppressed.
Sometimes you say these things, and I don't know. Maybe it's because you had a Batarian father.
Wow, you're pulling that on me? My father was an excellent caretaker. And you're...
The word you're looking for is pureblood.
See, now we're getting to the whole name calling territory. That's how you know it's getting good. One more line.
Hey, we're friends. I have never called you that.
No, but you're thinking about it. You think it was easy growing up pureblood? I did some stupid things to get away from the taunts. The stupid drug users you're laughing at, I might have been one of them.
Actually, there's another line after this one. 'Cause I know that, I think I remember the last line. This might be it.
I didn't mean... Okay, look, I'll take another look at the contract. Maybe it needs to be reclassified.
Forget it, do whatever you want.
That might be the last one. Let's double check. I will spend hours just doing this, getting dialogue from NPCs that you don't even talk to.
Trust me, the goods coming in from the Terminus systems are great for business.
I don't know, some of them seem dangerous.
That's
I heard that line.
Danger means
Let's go ahead and talk to the Bardia Frontiers rep up here. And we're gonna have to do a little bit of persuasion in order to get her to acquiesce to our demands.
I saw your conversation, human. You're here to complain about the medical contracts those colonists from Feros signed. I suggest you leave. Your life is short enough. Do not waste what time you have bothering me.
Why are you insisting on these tests? What use could they possibly be?
Their use is not your concern. A legal binding contract was signed. Nothing else matters. All of you. Humans, Salarians, Turians. You come to our planet, then complain that our laws don't suit you. The galaxy would be a better place if nobody but the Asari had ever dragged themselves out of the primordial muck.
Why are you so prejudiced against aliens?
Phew, where do I begin? With Salarian explorers unleashing the Rachni upon us, then unleashing the Krogan to correct their mistake? Or the Turians, so eager to bomb every problem away? Or humans, the new arrivals who already think they should be in charge? Every war that has plagued this galaxy has been caused by your people. My people's deaths are on your hands.
You seem to forget that a human saved you from Saren and the Geth.
The Geth created by the idiotic Quarians? That a rogue Turian specter led in an attack? The Geth didn't start with the Citadel. They attacked your human colony, Eden Prime, first. You humans brought the Geth upon us. You and the Turians are the Quarians. My people's deaths are on your hands.
I thought Asari preferred to mate with other races for genetic diversity.
A short-sighted mistake perpetrated by the same self-hating malcontents who spawned the hateful term pureblood. We hardly need your alien DNA to randomize genetic material. A little radiation would work just as well. You provide no diversity, no new insights, no advancement. You bring only chaos and senseless deaths. Ah!
Whose deaths are we talking about exactly?
The mother of my daughters was killed on the Quarian homeworld during the initial Geth uprising. My daughters died on the Citadel when the Geth attacked. One worked in the embassy. The other was a greeter for the consort. I'm not speaking in hypotheticals, human. The aliens will never be my allies. The best they can do is give me useful medical data.
You really think this is legal? Maybe Illium's contract analyst should look it over.
You ignorant yokel. I was negotiating contracts when your ancestors were still burning witches and enslaving each other. I haven't lost a contract dispute in 70 years. Try me.
Perhaps we could work out different tests, something that will work for both sides.
If the colonists were not willing to abide by the terms of the contract, they should not have signed it. The onus is not upon me to accommodate them.
So you'd be this harsh in your contract terms if these were Asari colonists?
If they were Asari, they'd be dealing with problems unleashed by another race. Asari like my bondmate, who died when the Geth rebelled against the Quarians. Or my daughters, who died during the Geth attack on the Citadel. One worked in the embassy, The other was a greeter for the consort. I'm not speaking in hypotheticals, human. The aliens will never be my allies. The best they can do is give me useful medical data.
So there are basically two variations on the dialogue option that gives you the option for persuasion, so long as you have the right amount of morality points. If you don't, then, well, yeah.
Why was your bond made on the Quarian homeworld?
Studying the Quarians. Not their technology, but their music. She loved all their art. Said they had old souls. I think that's where my daughters got it from. Both of them loved talking with people, exploring new cultures.
They sound like wonderful people. The galaxy is lesser for their loss.
Yes, it is.
Do you think they'd want you to do this?
I'm not. I didn't... Sending an amended contract. No more tests, no fees. There's enough grief in this galaxy. I don't need to add to it.
I'm not sure I want to criticize the Asari at this point, now that we've highlighted the flaws in her... quote-unquote highlighted the flaws in her thinking, but when the Asari and the Solarians had their backs during the wall during the Arachnai Wars, they were quite happy to let the Turians, who were a newly discovered race, help them solve their issue. So, yeah. I don't know. I feel like the Asari aren't entirely blameless.
Did you get the star charts?
Yeah. I had to deal with Erinya, though. I feel like I need a shower.
What do you expect? She's a pureblood. They're all like that.
And then we dealt with Erinya, who was over there. We just convinced her. We had to hear a bit of a conversation between these two Asari. A while back I was trying to get some conversation, and I think I somehow didn't realize that the lines here only play once you dealt with Erinya over there, which we have.
You know Erinya won't even talk to the non-Asari customers. It's like she's turned pureblood into her religion or something.
I heard she lost her daughters when the Geth attacked the Citadel.
Right. I'm sure she was a pleasure to deal with before that.
Let's see if we can get over here. And before we continue, I want to go ahead and highlight this terminal right here. We're going to get some star charts from there, but I'm going to hold off. Deal with that later.
She's the last of a dying breed. Won't be many pureblood Asari left in a few generations.
I feel kind of sad for her.
Don't. I heard she married an Asari herself, had pure blood kids. She's part of the problem.
I kind of feel bad for my pure blood girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, Liara.
Pure bloods are a waste of genetic potential. That's how we get throwbacks like the Ardat Yakshi.
Hey, I don't like purebloods either, but that's going a little far.
They should be prohibited from breeding.
What was your father again?
Solarian.
Oh. So, you probably never really got to know him, did you?
Shut up. You got the damn star charts? Let's go.
Love how y'all dig at each other.
Did you get the star charts?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're done there. Let's go ahead and let Shiala know that we dealt with the issue, and hopefully we'll be able to... We got some good shit going on there.
You did it. I just got the revised contracts. Thank you, Shepard. You've saved Zoo's hope again. I don't think I could have... Is it always like this? Yesterday's problems lingering in some new form. Isn't anything ever just fixed?
You've got the power to make a difference, Shiala. Not everyone does.
You're right. You gave us a chance by saving the colony. I can't let them down. I won't. Thank you for what you've done here, Shepard. I'll keep doing what I can. Maybe sometime when I'm not organizing the colony and you're not doing whatever you do.
Shiala, I hate to turn you down, but I may or may not want to continue my thing with Liara, so you know, you've been friend-zoned. Now, we can always talk to Officer Dara about Samara, but I'm gonna put that off for the time being. You know, just cause. I don't feel like going after Samara just yet.
For example, you know that new drug, the one that causes permanent neural scarring? That's horrible. There's a 12-page contract for shipping.
You're sure gateway weapons and armor are good enough for Eclipse?
Yeah, I've got a friend in Eclipse. She told me what I needed to get.
Good. I'm pretty good at bypassing firewalls. Maybe they're looking for techs.
Another thing you'll know about this area, this is pretty much conversation central. You're gonna have several assignments here, several ambient dialogues. I'm trying not to talk over any single one of them, even though I think I do fail at a couple points.
What about you? Going to try and make it as a commando?
Why not? Every Asari has biotics. Might as well use them, right? Damn, that's a hell of a sniper rifle.
If you say so. It's just, we're looking for weapons. Shouldn't you be taking this seriously?
Hey, I'm 60 years old and finally out of my parents' house. And Eclipse girls never lack for, company.
You could get killed.
What about you?
I'm almost 20. My genetic stats are average, and my clan has little political power. For a good reproduction contract, I'll need money. Eclipse might be fun for you. For me, it's the future. My clan's breeding strategy is at stake.
Don't Solarians think about anything besides breeding?
Don't even start with me.
Considering the amount of Eclipse operatives we kill, it's probably not a good idea to join Eclipse, you know, long-term health and all that thing. You know, one of these days I could be gunning you down. You know? It'd be sad.
You're sure gateway weapons and armor are good
Okay, I think
enough
we're
for
good here.
Eclipse?
Yeah, I've got...
There's one more conversation up here. Actually, two more. There's one with
I'm pretty good at bypassing firewalls. Maybe they're
Charr
looking
and
for techs.
Ereba. And we also have one with the Asari and Solarian up here, so kind of a double whammy there. I can trigger it carefully. Come on. Come on. Are you kidding me? Okay, that's kind of fucky. Then again, I do have my volume of my headset turned all the way down. That might be the problem.
Oh, blue rose of Illium, let your roots dig deep into the hot soil of Tuchanka. Let our scorching sun and sheeting rain turn your supple beauty into strength. For if our love is to survive, it must grow thorns to pierce the hand of any that would uproot it.
I don't want to, like, oh my god. I'm trying to get this line between the lines between the Solarian and the Asari here to play, but it's just not. I can't find a way to do it without triggering the dialogue from Charr regarding Ereba.
Blue rose of Illium, you have blossomed in a tower of glass and plastic. But beauty under glass is untested and weak. Where are your honored dead? To fertilize the ground that you might grow strong. On the rocky plains of Tuchanka, I will build you a garden from the bones of my ancestors.
Come on, Kachak.
Blue rose of Illium. leave eternity unembraced, and grapple in the glorious struggle that is us, here and now. I am speechless. Not with blood rage, but with love. And I stand here, humble and mute, to offer you a home. Come to me, Blue Rose of Illium. Let our three hearts beat as two.
That was beautiful. That was... I'm a grown man who has no more tears, and yet I will cry for this Krogan. Yeah, just...
Oh, Blue Rose of Illium, let your roots...
Let's go ahead and talk to Ereba real quick and see how she's dealing with the Krogan.
Let our...
What do you want? Sorry, that damn Krogan's love poems are getting on my nerves.
Is that Krogan bothering you?
No, you don't need to hurt him or anything. He's harmless. Which, I know, Krogan, so it's hard to believe. His name is Charr. We're kind of dating, but, well, we're on a break. And he's trying to show me how sensitive he is by, well, wooing me. It's really bad.
It doesn't seem common for asari to date Krogan. What brought you two together?
He's a fun guy, really smart, especially for a Krogan. And he's got a good job as a transport technician. It's fun to join a mercenary guild or dance at bars for a few centuries, but eventually you hit the matron stage, you know? Then you get your back tattoo removed, let your scalp go back to its natural blue, and settle down with someone dependable.
So why are the two of you on a break?
He's serious. Serious, as in talking about kids. Charr is a great guy to date, but for something permanent... Krogans live long lives. It's not like dating a human where you just stick it out for a century till they die. No offense. It made me wonder if he really likes me, or if he just wants kids. He can't have them any other way, you know, because of the genophage.
Okay, one, low blow. Especially since I'm dating Liara. Hurts my feelings. Second of all, good point.
That sounds like a question you should ask him.
I did. I don't think he realized that our kids would always have been asari. Non-asari don't always get that we're not taking alien DNA, we're just using it to randomize some of the genetic information. Anyway, Charr was quiet for a long time. Then he said that he'd love our girls no matter what color they were.
You need to talk to your boyfriend. He's just gonna keep shouting poetry until you do.
I know, but it's tough. I like him a lot. Hell, I love him. But I don't know if he's permanent Bond material.
Look at him, he's obviously crazy about you.
Is he? I mean, what if he just wants to have kids? Am I just his baby-making machine? He said I wasn't, but...
If he said that, then you either trust him, so you have nothing to worry about, or you don't, and you've already decided.
I guess I hadn't thought about it like that. And I do trust him, if he said it. I'm going to talk to him. Here, I've given you a discount at the terminal. Thanks for the help.
I mean, all sentiments aside, it's actually, you know, somewhat semi-solid advice, especially if you haven't really, you know, committed yet. Although I think in the latter case, if you've already decided you don't trust a person, you know, I don't know, I kind of like to... There's a certain extent to which you give people the benefit of the doubt before you pass judgment, but, you know, they've been dating long enough they know each other, so...
What about a fish? She loves the garden. We could add a pond.
She doesn't need a fish, Dad.
Okay, there we go. I think what's happening is that with that lines between Ereba and Charr, I think we need to resolve that before these lines would play between the Asari and Salarian. Because I couldn't get them to play at all.
Maybe a shirt. Or a card. Illium. Hey, you're blue shifting already. That's funny, right? Asari skin color and the Doppler effect?
Dad, just get her anything. Or don't.
I need to get her something. A memento.
Another reminder of the lifespan talk. The Salarian's probably getting closer, you know, seems fairly old.
Her first mate. Your father? He got her things when he traveled.
It's not a competition, Dad.
You don't even really remember him. And she found me after he died. And I'm almost 35.
Hey, I remember him. And I want to remember you. That's why I came on this trip.
So, a thing to keep in mind that Salarians don't live very long. So, Morden is probably the exception. He's actually a pretty old Salarian. A pretty tough one too. But Salarians have very short lives.
Not a fish. Something that'll last. You'll make sure she keeps it.
Yeah. I'll make sure.
How about this one? When anything goes, it goes to Illium. That's kind of funny.
Mom will love it.
What about a fish? She loves the garden. We could add a pond.
She doesn't need a fish, Dad.
Maybe a shirt. Or a card.
Okay, yeah, that's all the lines, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on from there. We're going to save everything else for later. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just make the... I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording right here, right now. And we're gonna stop right out here. Listen to a few lines of asari here.
I'm telling you, relax. Thax will never notice a few missing pieces. No, I can't get in. Because it's a crime scene. It's all locked down. Eclipse mercs, some Justicar, I don't know. Nobody is ever going to see the extra merchandise, which is why we're going to be rich.
This is going to be a... We're going to have to come back here to hear another line from the asari once we do a certain something in... during the course of Samara's recruitment mission. But for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording here. We've got a couple things we can do. Follow up on Conrad Werner's duping over there. And then we can go ahead and take care of some rest of the stuff with Liara's request, her personal errand. So I'm going to make a save. And it's been a pretty slow episode, but it's going to be a lot of errands and fetch questing stuff. And we need to talk to David Anderson at the Citadel and find out a little bit more about Cade Nalenko's knowledge on Cerberus and our affiliation with the organization. For the time being, it's a great TreeJam. Want to go ahead and wish you guys a happy day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you might be at this universe or the next. Next time we pick up, we'll continue from here and finish up some of the fetch questing, and maybe, just maybe, we'll go ahead and give Liara some information on the Shadow Broker once we do her errands for her. But until then, stay safe, have a good one, folks, and I'll see you around.